Hi guys, welcome back to story time. Well, I haven't been gone anywhere. I just been cleaning. So welcome back. I'm glad you're back. I imagine school started for a lot of you and most of you, I think, by now. Some places are still doing the homeschooling, and I hope that's going well. I know it's hard on your parents, so have a little heart. It's hard to be a teacher, a parent, a spouse, or all of the above at the same time. So have some patience, okay? I have been working all over the house as I can, a little bit here, a little bit there. I put a painting that I painted a long time ago. It's like ocean kind of thing. I cleaned up a little bit up where I had a lot of paintings, and I've done a lot of stuff to block the cats from getting like stuck under the shelves, because that was the most important thing for me. I did not want any of them to get stuck behind my desk or anything like that. So it looks like a wall of stuff. so much, and I have taken out so many things, and I still have so much stuff. Anywho, I hope things, like I said, I hope everything is going well with you, and I hope this year brings you more happiness and everything good in life. Have faith. I know sometimes things can be really rough, but we have to hang in there, okay? Because it's until God tells us. So I did buy a book. Went by, what was this, Walmart, to buy some groceries, and I found this book. I grabbed it really quickly before paying, and it's got big letters for more like when you're learning how to read. So I got this book. It's short, so I'll do this one with see, the letters are big, so you can, maybe I'll hold it up and you can read along later at home. But today I thought I will do, which is gonna take me a few videos because look how thick this is. Oh my gosh. It's Ivy and Bean, What's the Big Idea? So what's the big idea, guys? I don't know. Let's find out. They have like goggles and lab. One of the what are those called? The little tubes from science class. So, oh my goodness, this has so many pages in the front. This got like 123 pages. Ah! Wow, this is if anybody is buying them, like I tried to buy them in order. This is book 7. Yeah, book 7. What's the big idea? So it starts. Let me show you the picture. I wish that this came in color. I don't know. Sometimes I just want to like color them in, but then there's so much of it. Let's see what's going on with this curtain. It's all messed up. Bean gets antsy. There had been a problem in Bean's house. The problem was staples. Bean loves staples. She loved them so much that she had stapled things that weren't supposed to be stapled. Did she staple the curtains? The things looked better stapled, but her mother didn't think so. So now Bean was outside. Now I thought they were like ants or something. Look. It looks like she stapled the curtain. Like she just bunched it up. You see how straight it's supposed to be? She bunched it up and stapled it. Oh my gosh. It's gonna leave a bunch of holes. If you take it down, oh my goodness. I think I would kill her. She was going to be outside for a long time. She looked at her backyard. Same old yard, same old trampoline, Same old dinky plastic playhouse. Same old pile of buckets and ropes and stilts. None of them was any fun. Maybe she could play Junkyard Crash. Junkyard Crash was when you stacked up all the stuff you could find and then drove the toy car into the stack. She's going insane. But it was no fun alone. Bean got up and scuffed across the nice green lawn until she reached the not-so-nice green lawn. This part of Bean's lawn had holes and lumps in it. The lumps were mostly places where Bean had buried treasure for kids for the future. Bean picked up a shovel. To heck with kids of the future. She was bored now. Maybe a secret admirer had added something interesting in her treasure, like a ruby skull or a dinosaur egg. I think she's lost it. Look at this. What is she doing? She's thinking about how she would do all that stuff. She's saying, oh my gosh. Bean didn't bury her treasure very deep, so it was easy to dig up. This treasure was inside a paper bag, but the paper bag wasn't doing so well. It wasn't really a paper bag anymore. Holy moly, Bean said loudly. I found a treasure. She pulled the clumps of paper apart. What a disappointment. No ruby skull, no dinosaur egg, just the same stuff she had buried. Look. And it's just falling apart because she put it in a bag. 2 weeks ago, dental floss, tweezers, and a magnifying glass. Some treasure. Bean flopped over on her stomach. I'm dying of boredom, she moaned, hoping her mother would hear. I'm dying. She coughed in a dying sort of way. And then lay still. Anyone looking for the from the porch would think she was dead. And then the person would feel bad. Bean lay still, very still. She could hear her heart thumping. She could hear the hair on her arm moving. Bean opened her eyes. There was an ant scurrying over her arm. Bean pulled the magnifying glass over and peered at the ant. Her arm was like a mountain, and the little ant was like a mountain climber, stumbling along with a tired expression on his face. I can imagine being an ant has to be tough. They're so tiny. Poor hard-working ant. She knew how he felt because sometimes her parents made her go hiking. It was just comparing the ant to going hiking. She watched as she touched between hairs and charged down the other side of the arm toward the ground. She offered him a blade of grass to use as a slide, but that seemed to confuse him. He paused, looked anxiously right and left, and then continued on her arm. He had a plan. He was going to stick to it. Bean watched through the magnifying glass as he scuttled into the grass, rushing along the ground between blades. He was in a big hurry. He met another ant by banging into him, but they didn't even stop to talk. They zipped off in opposite directions. Bean followed her ant to a patch of dry dirt. Then he plunged down a hole. Come back, whispered Bean. She liked her ant. Maybe he would come out if she poked his house. Oh, no! All the ants are gonna come out. Some of they can sting and they leave you really, really big, like little, like when a mosquito bites you, but worse than that. And it's kind of stings and they get hot and like those fire ants. They're big. Oh my gosh. One time I was doing the yard, working on my garden and stuff, and I stepped on a fire ant, like a little hill. I didn't even notice. They started coming up in my pants. I had long pants. They were coming up through my jeans, up my leg, and it was on fire. I thought I was gonna die. Like, 4 ants stream out, race in 4 different directions. Oh, wait, I missed this sentence. She found a thin stick and touched the top of the hole. 4 ants stream out and race in 4 different directions. Bean didn't think any of them was her ant. How are you gonna know one from the other? Bean watched the ant hole for a long time. Ants came and went. They all seemed to know where they were going. They all seemed to have important jobs. None of them seemed to notice that they were puny little nothings compared to Bean. Bean dragged the hose toward the ant hole. They're gonna drown. She didn't turn the hose. Pikachu! I hear a cat. I think it's Pikachu. Pikachu! You okay? Oh, they were eating. She's doing better. I haven't introduced her. Like, I haven't held her to introduce her to you. And I've been meaning to tell you this because she has hookworms. And they're very contagious, even to humans. So if we touch her, we have to immediately wash our hands. And I usually, you know, if I have to hold her and get her close to me, I have to change my shirt and everything. So once we go through all the testing, I have to do another dosage for all cats because we're treating all of them just in case, because they all use the same. They rotate, you know, but they we have litter boxes inside and on the porch. And it's, I mean, you can't just say, use this one, don't use that one. So we rather treat all of them so that way they're all, you know, clean, and because it could be really bad for them. So on the 22nd of this month, we're gonna take Minnie and Charlie for their annual shots and stuff. And then they told us to bring a little poopy sample. And then they're gonna test it to see if Pikachu still have them. So once that happens, after the 20 seconds, then I can pick her up if she's, well, I have to wait for the test, of course, for them to tell me if she's clear or not. Then I'll bring her in and introduce her. She loves to be rubbed on her head, face, and her body. And she's gained a little bit of weight. I'm so happy. I'm sorry. I just keep talking about Pikachu because I heard a meow, but there's a cat that I seen that if they hear my voice, they come in the front. So I wasn't sure if it was inside or outside because I'm close to the window on the house at the front of the house. But I think it was Pikachu. Anyhow, I didn't mean to get sidetracked. I always do. Anyhow, let's continue the story. Bean dragged the hose toward the anthole. She didn't turn the hose on. That would be mean. But she let a little bit of water dribble into the hole and watched as the dirt erupted with ants. Thousands of ants flung themselves this way and that, racing to safety. Help, help, whispered Bean. Flood! The ants ran in lines away from the water. Some were holding little grains above their heads. Oh, they were the hero ants. But even the non-hero ants were busy. They were all far too busy to notice Bean watching them through the magnifying glass. To them, she was like a planet. She wasn't part of their world. She was too big and too far away for them to see. She was tall and the ants is tiny. Okay. Bean looked up into the sky. What if someone was watching her through a giant magnifying glass? Wow. And thinking the same thing she was. What if she was as small as an ant compared to that someone? And what if that someone was an ant compared to the next world after that? Wow, Bean waved at the sky. Hi out there, she thought. Oh my goodness. Look at the ant. Has a shirt and everything. And look at her, she just put a drop. I don't know. I guess they're good ants because they didn't crawl up through her pants like they happened to me. Okay, just desserts. Just desserts. Desserts. I'm thinking about dessert. Give me some dessert. I have to lose 20 pounds this year. Oh my God. I lost 26 or 27 pounds last year. So my goal for this year is to lose 20 by, the whole year. Because I want to do it the healthy way. And since I can't move that much, I have to do it that way. So pray for me, please. Crisscross applesauce, boys and girls, says Miss Arubate. Along with the rest of the second graders, being crisscross applesauce. Then she sat on her hands for good measure. Rug time was tough. It was the rug. The rug had a map of the United States of America on it. Each day at rug time, all the second graders rushed to sit on Colorado. Colorado was the best state because it had the Rocky Mountains in it. That meant whoever sat on Colorado got to yell, "I rock!" That's kind of cute. Bean was in Iowa. She didn't rock. She could rock. She could lean way over, push Vanessa a tiny little bit, slap the corner of Colorado, and say, "I rock." But then Miss Arubate would get mad. Bean knew from experience. So Bean sat on her hands. Next door in South Dakota, Ivy was trying to cross one eye without crossing the other. Oh my Lord. She had been trying all day. She didn't care much about Colorado. Once she sat on it without even noticing. Oh gosh, look at her. She looks good. One eye is crossed and she looks freaky. Oh, that's scary. Bean decided to pay attention to what Miss Arubate was saying. Today, class, we're having a special science lesson. Science! Bean stopped thinking about Colorado. Science was usually dirt or fish, and Bean liked both of them. But now Miss Arubate went on. A team of scientists from the 5th grade will be presenting a report on global warming. And what do I expect from you, class? Respectful listening. Everyone answered. Almost everyone. McAdam was pulling newbies out of the rugs. And he didn't say anything. Look at it. He's in La La Land. I think he just wants to sleep on the rug. Oh my goodness. Bean said it, but she felt only a little bit respectful inside. Nobody listened respectfully to second graders. It wasn't fair. Let's welcome our 5th grader scientists, called out Miss Arubate. The door to the classroom opened and 4 students shuffled in. Look at him. Oh my goodness. This one looks sad. The other one's looking that way. This is, I don't know. Their names were Juan, Matt, Adrian, and Shayna. Only Shayna talked. Juan, Matt, and Adrian held the posters. Shayna tossed her hair over her shoulders. This is a report on global warming, she said. Adrian, show the desert. This is a picture of the Gobi Desert. But pretty soon almost everyone is going to look like this because of global warming. Juan, show the polar bear. Juan held up a picture of a worried-looking polar bear. Now Shayna said loudly, global warming is a total disaster and it's all our fault. On the rug, the second graders looked at one another. This did not sound good. I am hearing noises, and I think these cats are up to no good. When they all three get together, it sounded like they're on top of the counter in the kitchen. Except Charlie. She's too fat to jump. But I heard like a little like a cap, like one of these. Let me show you. I heard like Minnie threw one of these on the floor. She's so mischievous. Oh my gosh. She will do anything and everything. Anywho, no, she's trying to open doors. Can you believe that? Because some of them we have handles that are like soft like that. You don't have to like turn them because of, you know, I have osteoarthritis. So it's easier for me, or I hit it with my elbow if my hands are too swollen. Well, she is stretching way high. And one time she almost opened the door. And that one goes, you know, to the outside. It just scared us so bad. It goes to the garage. And there's, you know, it's closed. But what if it was not closed, the other door, or the garage, you know, was open? Oh my gosh. I would die if I'd lose any of my cats. Because around here, if you lose a pet around here, they probably just, you'll never find it because there's so many, and the cats get really scared, you know, when they're outside and they haven't been. So I don't know if I see them again. We have to be so careful. I don't never want to lose them. But anywho, these kids are looking so worried. Look at the bear. Oh boy. Okay, let's see what's happening next. When school was over, Ivy and Bean slumped like two sacks of potatoes on the bench outside their classroom. What you doing? Asked Leo. Ivy and Bean looked up. We're worrying about the polar bears, said Ivy gloomily. What polar bears? Asked Leo. Leo was in a different class. There's not enough ice for them to live on, said Ivy. They're going to die out, like the dinosaurs, said Bean. The heat is going to get them, said Ivy. Leo kicked their bench. You guys want to play stump tag? Stump tag? I don't know what that is. Ivy and Bean stared at him. It's the pollution, said Bean. From cars, said Ivy. And cow poop, Bean reminded her. Cow poop? Look at that. They're just slumped over. That bench doesn't have a back. Oh my goodness. It's gotta be one hard bench. Leo made a snorty sound. He thought cow poop was funny. Ivy and Bean frowned at him. It'll be it, he said. Oh no. I'll be it, he said. What? Said Bean. I'll be it. You can even stomp me for free if you want to, said Leo. He stuck out his foot. Out. Go ahead. Oh, you gotta stomp somebody else's foot? No. That's not a good game. Oh my gosh. Go ahead. Bean shook her head. We're busy, she said. Leo looked up and down the breezeway. It was empty. What are you busy doing? We're busy worrying, said Bean. After a while, Leo found some other kids who wanted to play stump tag, and Ivy and Bean got up and began to worry their way home. Poor trees, said Ivy. patting one. Yeah, said Bean. She kicked the car parked at the curb. Take that. She yelled and felt a little better. Don't kick the cars. Oh my gosh, you're gonna get in trouble. You don't do that, okay? Don't kick cars. Get in trouble that your mom and dad have to pay. At home, Bean's mom had heard about global warming and even about the polar bears. Bean's dad knew about it too. Bean's older sister Nancy said, "Ha, that's nothing. Just wait until you find out about the oceans." "What about the oceans?" asked Bean quickly. That's for me to know and for you to find out," said Nancy. "But it's terrible," she added. Bean was too worried even to throw something at her. She went into the backyard and wandered across the lawn. Poor grass. Poor trees. She squatted down by the patch of dirt where the ants lived and patted it. Poor ants. She hated global warming. Okay, so the octopus is dying. Oh my gosh. I can't pass the page. Oh my goodness. Hot and Bother. We're gonna leave this one for another video because it's kind of thick and we don't have time. It's almost half an hour. So let me put a mark on here. Mark it. And we'll come back and do another video. And I hope, like I said at the beginning, that you're having a good day. Day, night, evening, morning, wherever you're watching this. Be happy. Things will always work out if you're going through a tough time. I know that we've been through the ringer. So hopefully things will get better this year. All right? So still be safe. Wear your mask. Wash your hands as many times as you need to. I have no nails anymore. I have all my nails and fingers are a disaster. From so many hand watching. But all right. Now I watch them and then I watch. And I'm like, no. Anyhow, I'll see you on the next one. Okay? Be good. Be good. Do your homework. And clean your room. Yeah, it's kind of stinky. Woo! All right. Bye.